ProAm tickets are $25, and event organizers, now peep this, business is booming when Caitlyn is involved. ProAm tickets are $25, and event organizers saw demand increase 1,200%.
They said she was incapable of doing it. They declared, "We don't allow this." However, Caitlyn Clark, Lexie Hull, and Sophie Cunningham refused to give up. Not now. The WNBA Commissioner just went too far after everything she's been through: hits, hatred, and silence. The truth is now at last known to the globe. It's no longer simply about basketball. It has to do with controlling power and a coworker who is afraid of one woman's influence. Before we begin, let me know in the comments whether Caitlyn Clark should be let to play golf and develop her brand, or if the WNBA is preventing her from doing so.
She played the front nine with the world #1 Nelly Korda and back nine with golf icon Annika Sorenstam, the event's host. It was an honor to play the Pro-Am with Caitlyn last year. The crowds were amazing, and we are excited for her to return to the Annika in November.
Let's reveal the truth by sharing your opinions and liking the video. The WNBA Commissioner reportedly told Caitlyn Clark, "We don't allow this." Why? Because Caitlyn consented to participate in the Annika ProAm golf event, an LPGA showcase where demand for tickets increased by more than 1/200% only due to her name. Golf immediately embraced her. What the WNBA refuses to see, the LPGA did. Caitlyn is more than a mere participant. The moment is her. However, the commissioner perceived it as a danger. A player taking control of her brand, interacting with fans, and stepping outside the WNBA limelight. The league has no control over that kind of power. Tensions increased behind closed doors. The people on Caitlyn's squad wanted to help her. It's a charity function. Its visibility is worldwide. Women's sports benefit from it. However, insiders claim that the commissioner declined. She doesn't represent golf. She represents the WNBA.
They're going to have another event and invite Caitlyn to it. They're going to invite Caitlyn to as many events as they possibly can because they saw what it just did for the sport of golf. And I just don't understand why the WNBA, I mean, I will never understand. I feel like they fumbled so many things this season. They weren't ready for the moment. And this just proves that you can be ready for the moment. There is...
Her coach, Stephanie White, intervened at that point. "She's leaving," Stephanie remarked. "You can't stop her." Everything was altered by that line. A head coach defending her star against the highest authority in the league. In professional sports, that is unprecedented. The commissioner apparently threatened to penalize Caitlyn for allegedly breaking promotional regulations. Consider that. Penalized for engaging in golf. It was the same athlete who increased attendance, sales, and viewership for a whole league, being penalized now for drawing attention to a different sport. Fans went crazy. Social media took off. Why would the WNBA prevent her from advancing the sport? Why penalize your biggest star? According to reports, even WNBA owners questioned the commissioner's behind-the-scenes choices. Caitlyn remained composed, but when reporters questioned her, her silence said it all. "No one can stop me from competing," she stated with a smile. "I adore this game. Every single one of them. No one can stop me," was just one sentence. Hit more forcefully than a slam. Stephanie White publicly defended her player, stating that she has every right to speak for herself and the sport she loves. The commissioner dodged inquiries in the meanwhile. There were no interviews or statements, just quiet. The wave then arrived. NBA legends, WNBA fans, and LPGA fanatics. Everyone began pointing out the hypocrisy.
Immediate hesitancy about giving Caitlyn Clark too much praise. They didn't want to give her too much praise. They didn't want to prop her up too much and forget about everyone else who came before her. Didn't want to put her on MVP ladders, didn't want to put her as Rookie of the Year until it was so evident that they had to. There was just so many things that it felt like it was always just a little bit of a push, like make sure you don't do too much. We don't want to give her too much praise. We don't want to tweet about her too much. We don't want to post about her too much. We don't want to give her too much media coverage. Let's just make sure that everyone else is also happy. Like that seemed to be the consensus for the entire WNBA season.
You prevent players from building their brand while allowing them to be fouled without any defense. For all the wrong reasons, the WNBA was popular. Clark warned, WNBA control problem. Fans demand change was the headline.
I honestly just got so triggered by Caitlyn Clark's golf debut, and it is no fault of hers that I got upset. It is the fault of the WNBA because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one day. So I talked about it in a previous video how this Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlyn? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on television, and that was great. Fans were really excited about that. There was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter, all of the things. And the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this event. And they also did something really smart by pairing her up with their currently #1 golfer in the world. And her name is Nelly Korda. So there are photos of Caitlyn and Nelly literally everywhere. And the LPGA was so smart in doing this because they knew that there would be so many eyeballs on Caitlyn. So if they put their #1
learned anything from her, golf's hard to replicate that fast. But no, she's been incredible and she's really cool too. And somebody I've been watching and following for a while now. So it's fun to be out here and get to see an up close look at how she does things. Just so smooth and really good at what she does.
I don't know. I mean, I would just remind myself, like, I don't really care what happened. It doesn't really matter. I don't play golf for a living, and just have fun with it. Like, this isn't, super serious. Enjoy the experience, because there were so many people that would, kill.
Her most recent appearance was the start of the league's PR disaster. Caitlyn didn't hold back. I will continue to play in places where I can motivate others. I can't be stopped by you. That was all. A young woman's statement that reverberated throughout athletics was, "You can't silence me." The LPGA applauded her.
And whatever it is, but you could just feel the energy and excitement in the room, and I thought that was what's so cool about it.
The same question.
Yeah, same answer. It was well done. No, I agree. It was, it's always fun when people from different demographics and, different industries get together and just share ideas and, just listening. And I mean, in the end of the day, there's a lot of...
You excited, honestly. I'm not a professional golfer by any means, so I think just having fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap this up, let's take a moment to truly reflect on what we've just witnessed. Caitlyn Clark, a name that is no longer just synonymous with basketball excellence but now represents resilience, courage, and the unstoppable spirit of an athlete who refuses to be silenced. Think about this. ProAm tickets were only $25, yet the moment Caitlyn agreed to participate in the Annika ProAm golf event, ticket demand skyrocketed over 1,200%. The crowds, the buzz, the excitement, it all revolved around her. And yet, despite this undeniable impact, the WNBA Commissioner allegedly told her, "We don't allow this." Can you imagine being told that you can't grow your brand, you can't inspire fans in a different sport, you can't take control of your own destiny? And why? Because her influence was bigger than anyone in that room was prepared to handle. Now, let's not sugarcoat it. This isn't just a basketball story anymore. It's about power. It's about control. It's about a league that behind closed doors seemed terrified of the influence of one young woman who simply wanted to share her passion and her talent beyond the court. Caitlyn stepped onto the golf course, paired with world #1 Nelly Korda on the front 9 and golf icon Annika Sorenstam on the back 9. She didn't just play golf, she made the sport her own for that moment. Fans from every corner of the world were watching. Social media exploded. Headlines were written. And yet, inside the league offices, tensions were rising. Supporters tried to help. Coaches tried to intervene. It was a charity event with global visibility, an opportunity to inspire the next generation, and to show the world that women's sports are more than just games, they are movements. And then came Stephanie White, Caitlyn's coach, standing up where few have ever dared. "You can't stop her," she declared. Think about that. A head coach publicly defending her star against the highest authority in the league. Unheard of. Unprecedented. Revolutionary. The commissioner reportedly threatened penalties, claiming Caitlyn violated promotional rules. Let that sink in. An athlete who has increased attendance, boosted viewership, and elevated an entire league being punished simply for participating in golf, a sport she loves. For connecting with fans. For growing her brand. For being herself. Fans lost it. Social media erupted. WNBA owners questioned the decision-making behind the scenes. Caitlyn, however, stayed composed. When reporters asked, she smiled and said, "No one can stop me from competing. I love this game. All of them." That sentence, so simple, so true, hit harder than any dunk, louder than any buzzer beater, and it resonated across the sports world. The LPGA cheered her. NBA legends took notice. Everyone began pointing out the hypocrisy. How can a league allow players to be fouled without protection but block them from expanding their brand? How can you support women's sports while simultaneously stifling your biggest star? And let's not forget the lessons here. The LPGA did what the WNBA failed to do. They promoted her. They broadcasted the event. They paired her with a global superstar. They understood her influence and elevated it. And what did Caitlyn do? She inspired millions. She connected with fans. She reminded the world that women in sports are powerful, visible, and unstoppable. So now, the question remains, should Caitlyn Clark be punished for doing what she loves? Should she face fines for stepping outside the WNBA spotlight? Or should the WNBA Commissioner be held accountable for attempting to hold her back? This isn't just a moment for Caitlyn, it's a moment for all women in sports, a moment for every athlete who's ever been told, "You can't." It's a call to action. I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you stand with Caitlyn Clark? Do you believe she should be allowed to play golf, grow her brand, and inspire fans across the world? Or do you think the league's authority should outweigh personal growth and freedom? Share your opinion. Smash that like button if you support her. Subscribe for more stories like this, because the truth needs to be told. Share this video far and wide so that everyone can see what's really happening behind the scenes. Remember this, one young woman dared to say, "You can't silence me," and the world listened. Caitlyn Clark is more than an athlete, she is a movement. And her story isn't just about basketball or golf, it's about standing up for yourself, breaking barriers, and showing the world that talent, courage, and determination can never be contained. So let's keep the conversation going. Let's celebrate her, let's support her, and let's demand a world where women in sports are never, ever held back again.